now that he's gone, his girlfriend AJ Lee looks like she's gonna start getting. Looks like she's going to start getting buried a little bit, too. Losing last night to Nikki Bella, and then the week before she lost to Natalya. So tonight in the main event, she's fighting Natalya for the title. So I think it already happened, but I don't know what happened. But
I was thinking that same exact thing, and a lot of people... I
was reading that on Bleacher Report today, how they're saying that they're probably going to have Nikki Bella, Natalya versus Naomi.
In a triple threat, yeah.
Yeah, but...
In a triple threat of the Total Divas stars, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really know what to think of that. I was thinking that same exact thing last night, and a lot of people are screaming conspiracy theory, or some people are saying, oh, then, it's not because of that. It's because it's time for AJ Lee to drop the title. And while that is true to an extent, then why do you have her lose to Nikki Bella in a random tag team match on Raw? That makes no sense. Or even have her lose the championship on main event. And someone tweeted me, 10 minutes before we went on air that she did win.
She did win?
AJ Lee did retain, so she didn't drop the title, thankfully. I think that would have been a waste.
Yeah.
Especially considering, and I mean, I'm an AJ fan, I'm not just saying this because I'm biased, but she's the longest reigning Divas champion in history, so she shouldn't drop the championship.
On a main event.
On main event, a C show, where no one's going to watch it anyway, you know what I mean? Especially to, Natalya wouldn't be that bad, I guess, but yeah, it definitely seemed like they were teasing Nikki versus Natalya on this past week's episode of Raw, so hopefully they don't go with that. I was hoping, this is a dream match of mine. I don't think I've talked about this on the show before. I was writing an article a couple days ago about potential Divas matches that we can get at WrestleMania. And we have yet to have a Divas Championship match at WrestleMania. And of course, it's not the most prestigious title. Yep. Of course, we all know that. The women's title is where it's at. But it has yet to be defended at WrestleMania. The Divas title, that is. So AJ Lee, being the longest reigning Divas champion in history, and obviously one of the most interesting Divas characters in the Divas division in at least the last 5 years or so, they should definitely have her go to WrestleMania this year to defend the title. If she drops it, they are fine. But in regards to potential contenders, exactly, for her to face, she's already gone through Natalya multiple times. Tonight on main event.
Gone through the Bellas.
Naomi, I guess, would be okay. It's not really 100% set in stone. Emma, that'd be a very good possibility.
I think it should be AJ Lee versus Paige at WrestleMania.
That'd be a great match as well. I was thinking about that, too, a couple weeks ago when they had the NXT Arrival. Yep. And it's so funny watching NXT's Arrival show and watching Paige versus Emma. By far the best women's match in the last few years or so. I think even better. AJ Lee and Caitlyn had a really good match last year on Payback, too, for the Divas title. But you go from Paige and Emma to having a fantastic matchup to the next day on SmackDown watching AJ Lee face Cameron in what was like one of the worst
matches ever. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
That's just Cameron doesn't belong there, but
Cameron does not belong there. I can go on a rant too, but in regards to the Divas division, though, I think you want to be on NXT. I think you want to be demoted to NXT. Yeah. I think being promoted to the main roster is a sin because, with Emma, we were talking about this before we went on live. About how Emma, she's having these great matches in NXT, great character. She's over like heck with the Full Sail University crowd. And she gets to the main roster, and they just pair her with her Santino.
And then they have her against Fandango and Summer Rae.
The intergender tag team feud. Yeah, a complete waste of time and a complete waste of her talent. So I like that idea, though, of her facing AJ for the Divas Championship.
It would make more sense because I feel like Paige is more of like a heel character, even though she might be like get over the fan, but I feel like
she has a cult following, but her personality, she's like a very a snotty character.
I feel like she's kind of like the AJ character,
exactly.
Not the girl you want to bring home to your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. So I think that could be a dream match as well. I think had they done NXT and the network a couple months earlier, and now a lot of people are getting exposed to the network now. I've seen a lot of people check it out after NXT Arrival because a lot of people got the network. They saw NXT Arrival and are now into the product on a regular basis and are now watching on a regular basis. That's good to see because it's been the best thing going for the last 2 years or so, since it's been repackaged as their new developmental territory. But had they done NXT in the network a couple months prior, got Paige a little more exposed to the WWE Universe, I think that we would have had a better possibility of that match happening at WrestleMania. I don't think it's a possibility at this point. I would have loved had they done that a couple months earlier. Probably we're going to get a championship or a Divas match.
Yeah, it's going to be a Divas match at WrestleMania. Yeah,
regardless of whether it's for the championship or not, they're going to throw it together in the last 2 weeks or so, which I think is a mistake because the whole point of the division is that they need stories right now, and the only story they've had in the last 2-3 years or so was with AJ and Caitlyn, which I thought was great because they're best friends in real life in the storyline. They built that up over the course of a couple of years. So that was the last good story that we had in the division. It's been all downhill since then. So I was thinking Naomi, which would be fine because they have the history there from a couple months ago, so I'd be okay with that. Naomi, of everyone on Total Divas, I like Natalya, but she's had her shot.
Yep.
I don't see that happening. But Naomi, I think, has a lot of potential to do good things in the Divas division, so I would be completely content with her winning the championship. But in regards to 2 other potential opponents for her to face at WrestleMania, obviously a long shot, and it won't happen at this point, but Lita, since it's her, it could be her final match. She's being inducted this year into the WWE Hall of Fame. Could be one last match. And they also have the history there. Not the fact that they both dated CM Punk, and they wouldn't mention that anyway because CM Punk left. But there's that famous clip on the internet of her meeting Lita when she was a kid, and she looked up at Lita as one of her inspirations. So that could have been the basis of the storyline. Like I said, don't see that happening. We have less than a month away. So.
And I don't think, if anything, she wouldn't drop the title to Lita, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she wouldn't drop the championship to her. You don't even need to make it a championship matchup. You just make it, I don't know. Maybe she could drop the title before then. I'm not really sure, but
you could kind of like make it like the feud that Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels had a bad blood, and I think it was like 2004. Like Shawn Michaels came out and said that he always looked up to Ric Flair, and then Ric Flair turned on him last minute, turned like the heel face kind of thing, and had a great match. Yeah,
you could definitely do something like that. So I would love to see something along those lines. Like I said, it's not happening at this point more than likely. But who was the other person I was thinking? Oh, obviously this is even less of a possibility. But Mickie James, I think if she came back to WWE, she did great things in TNA as a heel. If she came back to WWE, she would obviously be a face. And I think she has unfinished business in WWE. I mean, I think that she didn't leave on the best of terms. She was just randomly released after months. They didn't do anything with her over on the SmackDown brand, and she still got it. Like I said, she had some great matches in TNA, didn't have the greatest run there, and when she finally did the best work of her career in TNA, she left. And when her contract expired, and she was also spotted at the Performance Center in late November, so I don't think it's that far away of a possibility, but like I said, with less than a month away, there's no point. There's no chance of happening in it now, at this point now. But who do you see AJ Lee defending the championship at WrestleMania? Like, realistically.
Realistically, I'll probably say one of the Bella Twins.
One of the Bella Twins, yeah.
Probably Nikki, because I feel like she's getting a little more push now. I feel like they've been switching off last couple of months.
Yep.
But I feel it's probably going to be Nikki Bella right now.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, especially since, I wouldn't be surprised if we got like a Fatal 4-Way with like Nikki and Natalya and Naomi and whoever else from Total Divas. But we had something like that at Night of Champions, too. You know, last year when all the Total Diva Star ganged up against AJ, so... I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I hope they have AJ defend the championship at WrestleMania. She probably won't lose at any point between now and WrestleMania, or at least I hope not. There's really no point in that happening. But even still, I look forward to that happening.